Hello and welcome to this lesson on calories and what a calorie deficit is all about. In this lesson, we're going to try and help you figure out what's going to work for you. It all depends on what your goals are, what you want, but essentially it comes down to what you're eating and the amount of calories you're consuming, amount of protein, carbohydrates, fats, and fiber. So in this lesson, you're going to learn about how you can figure out how much of the following you should be eating as the individual. So this is all based on your weight, your height, your activity levels, your gender, and your age. If you take a man who's 6'5" and he lives a sedentary life, he drives to work, gets to work, sits at his desk, finishes work, gets back in his car, gets home, sits in front of the sofa, orders Uber Eats. He pretty much takes about 500 steps in his day. That's it. You take a 6'5" guy who is as active as he can be. He takes the stairs as much as he can. He gets off an extra stop early on his transport to get to work. He trains 3-4 days a week and on the weekend goes for a long walk with his wife. Or you take a 5'3" woman who is sedentary, or you take a 5'3" woman who is active. All these four people need different calorie allowances, different amounts of protein, carbs, fats, and fiber. So it's all based on the individual. So when we're talking about diets, there's loads of different diets out there. There's intermittent fasting, there's Atkins, there's Weight Watchers, there's keto, there's vegan, there's eat right for your blood type, there's paleo. There's so many different types of diets out there that the problem can be that people pick apart these different diets and take what they want out of them. So I'm going to go paleo, I'm going to take out gluten, I'm going to take out my carbs, but I'm going to go high protein. But I'm going to go a little bit keto, so I'm going to add in high fat. And then I'm going to try and stick to my calories. It's a minefield if you're following on social media and you're listening to one guru and their belief is keto, you're listening to another guru and their belief is paleo, another's doing intermittent fasting, another's there's so many different types of information out there that if you're listening to 10 different people telling you, you're going to get confused and it's going to lead to problems. My suggestion is listen to one guru, follow them. If you follow paleo, you follow keto, you follow intermittent fasting, stick to one thing and it's going to help you get to your end goal, whatever that may be. So pretty much what do most of these diets boil down to? Intermittent fasting, keto, paleo, they all work if you are in a calorie deficit. If you are consuming more calories than you're expending, your body's going to store that excess calories. You can't do anything with it but store it if you're not using it. So you're always looking to be in a calorie deficit to lose weight. Yes, we have your metabolism. Yes, we have hormones. There's a lot of other stuff that goes on, but essentially if you are not controlling the amount of calories you are consuming and expecting to lose weight and blaming a slow metabolism or my thyroid's off or blood sugar, you need to just look at the basics and then go from there. So the way I look at health is there's two kind of aspects to it. So there's looking good on the outside, which you can see in a mirror, or then the other way I look at it more is being healthy on the inside. Okay? So you'd use blood tests for this. So you'd look for your glucose, like your blood glucose levels, your homocysteine, the amount of inflammation in your body, which would be C-reactive protein, that would be the test. So you can look good on the outside and you can be healthy on the inside. Which do you want to be? I'm looking for being healthy on the inside because it's going to cross over and there's going to be a lot more benefits on the outside. But if you're only looking on the outside and starving yourself, does that really mean you're healthy on the inside? So let's take heart disease. Heart disease is an indication that something's not right on the inside. But do you want to have a heart attack before you figure out something's not right on the inside? Like headaches, constipation, diarrhea, bloating, joint pain, skin rashes, acne. These are all signs that something's not happy in the body. So I don't want you to think all about calories. I want you to think more about how you can help yourself function optimally on the inside. So calorie awareness is great for the outside, and that's what your personal trainer is going to focus on. Yes, I want you to be aware of calories, but I want you to be aware of the nutrients that you're feeding your body with and the symptoms that your body's producing to say, hey, something's not right here, I need help. So what is a calorie? A calorie is the amount of energy it takes to heat a litre of water 1 degree at sea level. That's essentially how a calorie is described. Not very exciting. So a calorie is a unit of energy. So all packaged food comes with calorie content now. How much protein's in, how much carbs, and how much fat. So it's a lot easier than it used to be aware of what you're eating. Even fast food chains now have this information available. So, what is a calorie? It is a way to count the amount of energy stored in a macronutrient. So a macronutrient is a carbohydrate, fat, or protein. I'm going to throw alcohol in here. It is not a macronutrient. You will not die without consuming alcohol. But if you do not eat enough protein, you don't eat enough fat, you don't eat enough carbohydrates, you're not supplying your body with enough energy. Alcohol is not a macronutrient, but I'm throwing it in here because it's pretty calorie dense. A food is given a calorie rating by burning the food and seeing how much energy it took to burn that food. This doesn't always equate in the human stomach, as we are not burning food. We are eating and using the energy in that food. So just a side note about calories. So if someone goes on a keto diet, they might feel really lean and slimmed down. But it could be just because they've taken carbohydrates out of their diet. When you eat 1 gram of carbohydrates, it can absorb up to 4 grams of water to help it get through your digestive system. So you think 1 gram of carbohydrate, you're going to absorb 4 grams of water with that carbohydrate. If you eat 1 gram of protein, it's not going to absorb that. So you might feel more bloated and just heavier around your waist because that water is going through your digestive system. So don't always think that just because you take carbs out, you've lost a load of weight. It could just actually be that extra water that's not being absorbed into your system through carbohydrates. So let's make a list of foods that are high in calories. So foods that are high in calories and low in nutrients are going to be anything that's processed. So sugars, oils that have been stripped of their nutrients. Then let's have refined vegetable oils. So think of white flour. So think of a donut that's high in calories and low in nutrients. Let's think of something that's high in calories and high in nutrients. So let's go with eggs, nuts, seeds, avocados. And then something that's low in calories relative to their nutrient content. So that's going to be your proteins, your fruits, your vegetables. So examples would be, they look at an apple is 50 calories, where a donut can be 350 calories, and you're going to get way more nutrients in the apple. Big Mac, for example, is 540 calories, where 2 apples and a pear might be just about 200 calories. So please be aware of the calories that are in food. So do all foods have the same calories? So protein contains 4 calories per gram, carbohydrates contains 4 calories per gram, fat contains 9 calories per gram, and alcohol contains 7 calories per gram. And yes, I know we don't drink a pint of beer and say, oh, that was X amount of grams. But like, you can just, with alcohol, it's kind of measured more by the actual glass that it comes in. So a pint would have about 150 calories in it. That's a pint of beer. A pint of Guinness would have 210 calories. A shot will have maybe about 60, 70, 80 calories, but it depends what you're going to mix it with. And then a glass of wine could have like 120, 125 calories. That's a 5-ounce glass of wine. So what is a calorie deficit? It's all about eating less than what is recommended for your weight, your height, your age, and your activity level, and your sex. It's about controlling the amount of calories consumed in a day. If we keep eating excess and the calorie allowance of what you should be eating a day, those extra calories they have to go somewhere. Your body stores them. And then when you do this too often, these extra calories will again get converted into fat and stored in the body, ultimately leading to weight gain. So how many calories should you be consuming on a daily basis? So you can use it, there's a lot of different apps out there. It's very easy to find. Just Google it, find a good app, Comes down to your current weight, your height, your age, your gender, and activity levels. So you can follow this link and it's going to give you what your calorie intake should be. And what should your deficit be? So once you find out how to maintain your current weight, you're going to shave 15% off that. And I recommend taking 15% off it because it's very sustainable. So some coaches will look to reduce your calories by 25%. And reducing your calories by 25%, yes, you're going to get quicker results. Absolutely. But it's going to be harder to stick with, and you're not going to be compliant. You're going to be grumpy. You're going to be just grouchy. No one's going to want to be with you. Work's going to suck. Going home's going to suck. Everything's going to suck. You're going to be more tired. So I would suggest sticking at about 15%. Obviously, if you're trying to lose 10 pounds in 4 weeks, your deficit's going to be higher. If you're looking to lose 10 pounds over 3 months, over 6 months, your deficit can be lower. It is goal dependent. So where should your calories come from? So calories should come from protein, fat, carbohydrates, and you should also include fiber-rich foods in your diet. So protein is based on per kilo of body weight. So ideally we should be eating about 1.5 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. Fat should be at least 20% of your calories, and then what's left over is pretty much eaten from carbohydrates. This is going to include fiber and your alcohol.